Good day, my beautiful people. You're listening to Independent TV 7. Straight to the headline. This is the breaking news here as President Bola Ahmed TINUBU assigns portfolios to ministers. What it means is that President Bola Ahmed TINUBU has released his portfolio and his ministerial list, the full list. Now, the news in details. President Bola Ahmed TINUBU has finally assigned their portfolios to his 46 ministers. Now, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri in Galilee, made this known to journalists on Wednesday. Now, the President named Wale Edun as the Minister of Finance and coordinating. Yes, that's two portfolios for one person. Nyesom Wike was named the Minister of Federal Capital Territory. Dele Alake named the Minister of Solid Development. David Humai as the Minister of Works, and Festus Keyamo as the Minister of Aviation. Festus Keyamo, Minister of Aviation. Okay. Because this wasn't the portfolio that was given to him or that was appointed to him by President Muhammadu Buhari in the previous administration. Because I believe he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. Yes, he can be a Minister of Aviation. Because what aviation simply means is that, to oversee, travel, people that travel on air, School of Aviation, pilot, so on and so forth. Anything that concerns the airlift parastatals, the aeroplane, the helicopter, the airport or thereabout, except I'm not in that line. That one shocked me small. Well, now the full list ministers and their ministerial posts include which is their ministries. In the southwest, now Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy was given to Bosun Tuani. Minister of State Environment and Ecological Management, Ishak Salako. Now, Wale Edun, got the ministerial post of Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy. Okay, that is Wale Edun, Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy. That should be that's a two-way agenda, two portfolios. Now, number 4 on the list is Bumi Tunji Ojo for Minister of Marine and Blue Economy. Which one is Blue Economy again? Number 5 on the list, Adebayo Adelabu, Minister of Power. Number 6, Tunji Alarosa is a Minister of State, Health and Social Welfare. Number 7, Dele Alake is the Minister of Solid Minerals Development. Then Lola John, Minister of Tourism. Okay, Minister of Transportation for Adegboyega Oyetola. Now, two ministers of state. Now, on the southeast, that's for the south. Number 1 on the list is Doris Anite, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment. Uche Naji for Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology. Nkiruka Onyejeocha for Minister of State Labor and Employment. The Minister of State Labor or thereabout was given to, in the previous administration, was given to Festus Keyamo, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I still stand to be corrected, because for TINUBU to give Festus Keyamo Minister of Aviation to me, I'm sorry, I may not know nothing, but I believe he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. Maybe he's inclusive to his duty. I don't know. Now, number 4, Uju Kennedy, Minister of Women Affairs. David Umahi, Minister of Works. To the south, we have a Festus Keyamo, This is the official, pamphlet. I would say Festus Keyamo, Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development. That's what I said. For aeroplane, helicopter, aerospace development. That is a airport thereabout. He's going to oversee that part. That's for South South. Number 2 on the list for South South, Abubakar Momo, Minister of Youth. Number 3 on the list is Betha Edu, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Number 4, Speripe Ekpo, Minister of State, Gas and Resources. Number 5 on the list, Enekin Lokbobiri is the Minister of State and Petroleum Resources. His name is Enekin. Okay, that's the brand of a beer thereabout. 6 on the list is John Eno, for Minister of Sports Development. Number 6 is John Eno, Minister of Sports Development. Number 7 on the list, Nyesom Wike, former governor of Rivers State. For those that are familiar with this kind of person, you know that man, Guru man, but notwithstanding, he's a very, very factual person. I like him. He's the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Nyesom Wike. Now let's go to the northwest. Now, number 1 on the list, the Minister of Arts, Culture and the Creative Economy for Anatu Musawa, Minister of Arts. Number 2 on the list, the Minister of Defense, Muhammad Badaru. Number 3, Minister of State Defense, Bello Matawali, Minister of Defense, Minister of State Defense. Well, cool. Number 4 on the list, there's a Minister of State Education. It's going to Yusuf T. Sunono. He's the Minister of State Education. Ahmed Dangiwa, Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Abdullahi T. Gwazo, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning. That's for Atiku Bagudu. Now, Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development for Abdullahi T. Gwazo. Then Minister of Budget and Economic Planning goes to Atiku Bagudu. Now, Minister of Environment and Ecological Management to Kaduna. Number 9 on the list, Minister of State, Federal Capital Territory to Meriga Mahmood. Meriga Mahmood is the Minister of State, Federal Capital and Territory. Bello Gongyo is the Minister of State, Water Resources and Sanitation. 5 ministers of state. Cool. In the northeast, Abubakar Kiar, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. Thei Maman, Minister of Education. Minister of Interior goes to Sehidu Alkali, Minister of Interior. Yusuf M. Tuga, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Ali Pate, it should be Ali Pantami or Pathe. Well, it is Ali Pathe, Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare. Ibrahim Gedam is the Minister of Police Affairs. Okay. Now, Megari Amadu, Minister of State, Steel Development. 6 ministers and 1 Minister of State. Well, North Central. Number 1 on the list is Shuaibu A. Audu, Minister of Steel Development. Now, Muhammad Idris is the Minister of Information and National Orientation. Now, Latif Fagbemi. Latif Fagbemi is the Minister of Labor and Employment. No, Latif Fagbemi is number 3 on the list on the North Central. Is the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Latif Fagbemi. Now, Simon B. Lalong, Minister of Labor and Development and also Employment. Iman Suleiman Ibrahim is Minister of State, Police Affairs. And Zephaniah Gisalo is Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs. Joseph Use, Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation. Last on the list for the North Central, number 8 goes to Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, is the Minister of State, Agriculture and food security. Wow. Those are the lists TINUBU has with us here. Time may not permit us to go further for the analysis, but I believe with these few lists we have on ground, we can deduce, subtract, addition. In a contrast, we should know who befit and who merits those positions that we're giving. Well, time may not permit me to go further because time is fast spent. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening and God bless you.